Good evening, everyone. We have completed 1 week of our event Zindagi Jeene Ka Naam Hai Ray of Hope to unfold the psychology behind the suicide so that we can prevent suicide because it is preventable and we can save many more beautiful and precious lives. We are having different speakers
ठीक
on
है रुको, हम
different
पहले लीव
topics
करके फिर
and
वापस आते हैं.
different viewpoints to understand what is the exactly psychology or what we can do for the prevention of the suicide. So now we have like for the our eighth live session, we have Dr. Pratibha Anand Singh as a guest speaker for today's event. Thank you so much, ma'am, and we welcome you on our handle. Dr. Pratibha Anand Singh is the director and consultant clinical psychologist at Kasturba Institute of Psychology and Behavioral Medicine's Greater Noida. She is an RCA registered clinical psychologist who has been practicing in Delhi NCR region for more than 16 years. She is consultant psychologist for a reputed central government project called Kiran, which is launched yesterday only to provide telecounseling services for the disabled as well as general population to cater to the mental health needs caused due to COVID-19. Dr. Pratibha is clinically trained from IBHAS New Delhi and doctorate in psychology. She has qualified UGC NET exam and was also awarded a doctoral fellowship from NCRT, Delhi for her doctoral work. She has worked at different faculty positions with different psychology departments with government and private universities of repute. She has also worked in many reputed hospitals in Delhi NCR region like Max Hospital, Kailash Hospital, Noida, and many more since 2002. She also worked as a research officer at IBHAS for an ICMR funded multi-task force project on urban mental health issues and their severe needs. She is a lifetime professional member of ISCP. Her area of research and interest are retraining and intervention for slow learners, learning disabilities, neuropsychological assessment, cognitive remediation, and intervention for anxiety disorders, adjustment issues, and depression among adolescents and adults. She has various research presentation and publication to her credit internationally and nationally. She is an elegant motivational speaker and successfully conducted many more workshops and lectures on various psychological and mental health issues. We are privileged to have her for our eighth live session on the topic of gender in society. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your time, and we are looking forward for your valuable input on this sensitive topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Shwetaji. It's been a privilege here to make my contribution to your work that you're doing with Mansa and also this particular series that has been happening on the topic of suicide. And I'm glad that I'm a speaker today. Today, the topic being suicide and gender. And we all know there has been much talk that has happened on the subject in the last 7 days, and today this being the eighth topic. We've already talked much about, much important relevant concerns regarding society have already been talked out by different experts in the field, and much revelations have already taken place. Today, although I would be focusing more on suicide and gender, but in the beginning, I would just like to talk generally about this entire issue of suicide before we talk specifically about the gender concerns with regard to suicide. Suicide, I understand, is not just a mental health issue or a concern, but it's a broader psychosocial issue or a psychosocial concern. This is so because whenever a person commits suicide, if he or she happens to be a male or a female, it puts a huge emotional, psychological toll on the loved ones who've actually suffered the loss of a particular very important family member. Because I understand that every person has a unique place in this world and everyone is making some unique contributions to the context and the situation in which they are living, be it a family or a workplace, wherever one is making some significant contribution. So if a man commits a suicide, it's the prime earning member or the breadwinner in the family who's committed suicide. He or she also happens to be an important emotional, psychological, emotional support to the family members. his bidding untimely goodbye to the family members leaves them with a huge uh, financial crisis to the family, uncertainty, unpredictability, turmoil, existential crisis, why this, and a hell lot of guilt. Why I could not save my family member, why I could not help out this particular individual from not actually getting into something like this. I could have done something. This is one thought that is there, and that's kind of haunts the family members and the people around. If it's a woman who's committing suicide, then certainly it's the caregiver in the family who's committing suicide. We cannot even imagine the kind of emotional toll or the turmoil that is being caused to the children. Sometimes the partner and the spouse, if the issues were not grave with the partner, they all, kind of contemplate that they could have done something, that they could have made some interventions possible to save the life of this person. And often it happens that when we end up losing someone, we all the more realize the value of this particular individual in our lives. So somebody doing it actively, when it's something beyond our control, we are more ready to accept it. But when it's something was within our control, and we see ourselves as some way responsible in the entire picture, that we could have maybe we've caused the stress, or maybe we could not help. So that also leaves huge guilt to the family members that they could have done something to help the person. It is certainly, every 30 seconds, one person is committing suicide in the world. So it's a huge, huge figure. In India, if you see the world, WHO report says that it is the second leading cause of death in South Asia region. That's a huge, huge number, huge figure that has been causing this kind of situation after road accidents and injuries. WHO reports that it's causing higher mortality than malaria and various other cancerous conditions in the world.
We were discussing that Asia accounts for about 60% of the world's suicide cases, and there is a huge toll that it's causing. So previous speakers must have already talked about all this prevalence and toll that it's causing. We are here primarily to discuss that is there any gender difference with regard to the suicide that's taking place across the world? And in most countries, it has been observed that it's not that we believe that men are more strong, emotionally strong, and so they would be committing less of suicide, and women are emotionally more vulnerable. They are more likely to threaten about experience of death wishes. They are more likely to talk about tendency to end their lives, self-harm, deliberate self-harm. All that is seen more prominently among women, but more of men end up ending their lives successfully by means of opting something like a suicide. Right. So successfully committed suicide is higher among men as compared to women. Now, why is this particular phenomena, if you really try to look into this, there is a difference in the way, also the methods that are being opted by men and women in committing suicide. Most men will take up more lethal methods to commit suicide. Many of them would choose to burn themselves alive. Firearms. They would use some kind of firearms to kind of burning themselves, or using some kind of ammunition, bullets, shooting themselves alive. So those kinds of things, that particularly if you use it on your head or on your chest, it is more certain that the person would no longer live or no longer stay alive. So these kinds of ways are more strongly seen to be used by men, then followed by hanging. Hanging is yet another way that men are more likely to opt for. While in case of women also try to opt for drowning, burning themselves alive, taking pills, many of those kinds of situations that would kind of still leave a scope to save the life of the person.
right?
Mm.
And most of the ways that are being opted by women are, they basically involve methods that are less violent. They're less violent, and so they leave little scope for
Mm.
survival. Or if the timely intervention can be made or help can be provided, then the person can be put to hospital and the life can be saved. Even over drugging, over use of some drug, overdosage of any drug if consumed, that can also leave a bit of scope or a time that a person would actually go, the person can be taken to the hospital and can be saved the life. In case of men, it has been observed, and this is what the research reports also suggest, that men, there is a specific gender stereotype that says that men are very strong, and so hence they should not ever fail in their lives, be it the work, occupation, business, interpersonal relationship, they should not be a failure.
Mm.
So it's always very hard for men to accept any kind of failure in their lives, rejection in their lives. And they're more likely to think that now the purpose of their life has ended. There is no meaning in continuing to live because they have failed. They have lesser acceptance for failure, and they have lesser acceptance for adjusting to new life situation. Once there is a failure, we can have a new beginning. We can restart. So there is a less contemplation on the idea of restart. So that is yet another very important factor that triggers men to use more lethal methods, because they're actually not thinking of or contemplating on the life that they need to live any further, because they feel that they've lost all their social repute, prestige in the society. They are a complete failure now. There's no point living. And even if they restart, they would still hang on with that idea and the spirit of extreme loss that they've gone through. So they do not see any purpose of living anymore. While in case of women have always been kept as the second gender in the society, more subjugated. So they're more ready to accept failures, turmoils, conflicts, rejections in the families. So even when they express death wishes, even when they are kind of ready to kind of expressing death wishes or indulging in deliberate self-harm, they are more not getting into very lethal methods, and their primary idea is to seek help. So for women, when they're trying to commit suicide, primarily they are actually trying to call for help. They're trying to seek attention. They're wanting that somebody should pay attention to the problems that they have, the concerns that they have, and so we can say they're still holding to some hope in their life. They're holding a hope to get better. Holding a hope that things would get better in the lives of their own life and of the individuals concerned, so that things can get better tomorrow. Men have a lesser tendency to keep hope for future when they go through one major failure or setback in life. So that's yet another very important factor that women are less prone to get into, because when they are trying to end their life, they are still women are more considerate also. They're more worrying
Mm.
about what will happen to my children if I commit suicide, what will happen to my parents, their social image, what will people think, what will happen to my social image, what will people think of me if I commit suicide. In Indian societies, we've always seen, in most of the conservative societies, if a young girl or a woman ends up committing suicide, it is assumed that she may have gone through some kind of sexual harassment or abuse, or she may have been involved in some illicit relationship and things like that, and all kinds of messy stories come up. So that is also one scary point, that women think that if I take a step like that, my family will have to listen through and go through much of that kind of uh, unnecessary trauma, and their own social image will also be tarnished. So that's yet another important factor. Men do not have to worry about all that in real terms. Whatever be the situation and whatever happens after they have left the world, it is up to the world to look into. So they are not really worrying about what anybody would contemplate. So that is also one major factor that leads to differences. Now, we are also prime women right since the beginning not to be so violent.
not to be so violent, not to be so lethal in their behavior patterns, and how they aggress, that is different. How they attack others is also very different. So when it comes to attacking themselves also to attain life, they unknowingly or unconsciously cannot become very violent. That is also, that's something that leaves a scope for better survival. Procuring the means to end life. If a woman wants to poison herself, then from where to get the poison, what poison she should take, something that would ensure that she would certainly die, all that contemplation is there that would go through. And so sometimes they may contemplate at one point in time, and that point in time they may not have the money, the resources, or an opportunity well enough that she can go and commit suicide. While in case of men, it is easier to make an opportunity. It is easier to have the resources to go and procure the object or the way. And if they feel like, drowning and jumping from a height, it is easier for a man to travel and drive even at 10 or 12 in the night, and then go to a bridge or a cliff from where he or she can jump. It is not that feasible, because women are required to answer back. So women may have more expressed intent to commit suicide, but they often feel helpless. They fear death in the terms of its consequences more than men, more than men. So in a number of situations, women, when contemplate suicide, they start talking about it. That starts showing in their behavior. They would be talking about death wishes. They would be crying, they would be howling, they would be worrying about the children and the family would be left behind, and they make statements in between that would indicate their intent. So that is also one factor that would kind of emotionally, kind of that would rebound, kind of rebound phenomena for them, because they've cried enough over the issue. They are screaming, and they're trying to take it out and ventilate emotionally. That would kind of bring them a little back, and they would recontemplate whether it's right at this point in time or not, or should I give it another try. While in case of men, we groom them socially in a way that it is not appropriate for them to cry and howl and blame, and lots of those things that men would often not express themselves in ways that would indicate their intent or wish to commit suicide. So that's yet another important reason that they would be could not be held back from committing suicide. So invariably across the world, even in US, Ireland, India, Spain, many other countries have conducted researches, and all have found that women, they expressed intent and attempted suicide is much higher among women as compared to men. But the successfully committed suicide is more among men. It is like 18 persons per 1 lakh globally, men committing suicide, and for women it is 11 women, 11 persons, 11 women committing successful suicide for 1 lakh persons. So for men it is 18 persons for 1 lakh, and for women it is 11 persons for 1 lakh, and so the global average goes to 14 persons per 1 lakh. So there is an apparent gender difference in terms of how men and women commit suicide and the
So
prevalence.
although
And
एक जनरल इंटरप्रिटेशन लोगों का ये लगता है कि फीमेल्स में आई थिंक सुसाइड आइडिएशन ज्यादा है, अटेम्प्ट ज्यादा है, बट कहीं ना कहीं जो डाटा है वो बिल्कुल अपोजिट है.
हाँ, प्रैक्टिकली, क्योंकि women चाहती हैं, अधिक महिलाएं ऐसा चाहती हैं कि वो सुसाइड करें अंडर इनएप्रोप्रिएट सोशल सिचुएशंस, क्योंकि आज भी हमारे समाज में सिचुएशन और परिस्थितियां औरतों या महिलाओं के हाथ में अपनी इच्छा मुताबिक मैनिपुलेट करने के लिए, यानी अपनी सुविधा के हिसाब से अगर वो कुछ जीवन में करना चाहती हैं, जीना चाहती हैं, तो उसके लिए ऑप्शंस कम रहते हैं और पुरुषों के पास अधिक रहते हैं. सो फ्रस्ट्रेशन महसूस करना
महिलाओं के लिए एक पॉइंट के बाद लाजमी है कि वो ये सोच सकती हैं कि उनको सुसाइड कमिट करना है या करना चाह रही हैं, बट वो सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाती फॉर द डिफरेंट रीजंस दैट आई सजेस्टेड. दे आर मोर लेस वायलेंट, फिर वो रो लेती हैं, अपनी परेशानी इंडिकेट करने लगती हैं, अपने इंटेंट इंडिकेट करने लगती हैं बातों में. सो जिससे इंडिकेट हो जाता है, वेल विशर्स, फैमिली मेंबर्स ट्राई टू प्रोवाइड सम सपोर्ट, सम हेल्प. Crying and howling is also kind of rebounding, recuperative effect उसका रहता है कि व्यक्ति एक बारी रुक के एक बारी recontemplate करने की कोशिश करता है whether it's the right step or not. Women are in general more responsible towards significant others in
that
their
is the
world.
main point.
So invariably कुछ भी इस तरह का स्टेप उठाने से पहले वो ये सोचेंगे कि उनके लिए और कौन इम्पोर्टेंट है, उनसे ज्यादा कौन इम्पोर्टेंट है, उन पर इसका क्या प्रभाव पड़ेगा. अगर उन पर अच्छा प्रभाव नहीं पड़ेगा then they would not choose to go for it. राइट, ये एक और इम्पोर्टेंट कारण हो जाता है. प्लस हम औरतों को उतना वायलेंट ट्रेन नहीं करते हैं, उतना वायलेंट होना. वेरी रेयर इंस्टेंस ऑफ वी हियरिंग कि एक महिला ने अपने आप को गोली से शूट करके सुसाइड करा, एज कंपेयर्ड टू वी सी लॉट ऑफ मेन कमिट सुसाइड बाय shooting themselves. So shooting themselves. Women would try to burn themselves alive. Women would try to poison themselves. ये सब जो मेजर्स होते हैं, समटाइम्स ड्राउनिंग, इसमें सब में सेव करने का, लाइफ सेव करने का स्कोप हो जाता है, एक टाइम मिल जाता है ना. इंस्टेंट डेथ का स्कोप थोड़ा कम होता है. Men when they would men are more like to hang themselves, which is again like to which is again going to kind of immediately put them to death if it is successfully done. Poison themselves, then poison would also be taken to that level in an extent that it is assured, and they would even barge themselves while driving, hit themselves violently. उसमें भी डेथ की पॉसिबिलिटी अगर बहुत ही वायलेंट हिट है, एक्सीडेंट बहुत वायलेंटली करेंगे तो उसमें सर्टेनिटी ज्यादा होती है कि डेथ विल पर्सन विल बी कम टू डेथ. तो ये सब चीजें फिनोमेना रहते हैं जो हम डिफरेंसेस इन जेंडर देखते हैं. पर इम्पोर्टेंट चीज ये समझना है कि कारण क्या है, क्या रीजंस हैं कि पुरुष महसूस कर. ओके,
so we were talking about reasons.
So we were discussing different reasons. There is a question from Varshini Nair that the question is disappeared. So maybe we'll look at that a little later.
Yeah, we will have
so
question
we
answer.
know that certain. We take it up later during the question answers. Some people are dropping in some questions in between, but we'll take it up a little later. So what I need to emphasize here is that men are more likely to commit suicide when there are setbacks professionally, when there are setbacks in financial aspects, because this is what is expected of them. And we have structured a society in a way that if a man is financially independent and supporting the family, he or she he is likely to perceive his sense of self-worth to be perfectly groomed, perfectly done. If they're not financially independent and able to support the family, then their sense of self-worth starts dropping. Their sense of self-confidence, their self-concept, their self-construct starts falling down. That leads to greater emotional vulnerability. While in case of the women, it is more interpersonal issues. Interpersonal issues are, somehow making people more, making women more susceptible to emotional traumas to the level and extent that they start perceiving rejection. So feeling and perception of rejection among women, if they are being despised for their appearance, for their looks, for the way they behave or they conduct themselves, for maybe their work styles, their patterns, or sometimes even extramarital involvements with the partners, with somebody else. A lot of these things cause significant emotional trauma to women that may kind of trigger a sense of major rejection, and that would kind of trigger a sense, a depression in women, that due to which they would like to choose and opt in for going in for something that we would say that they would like to go in for something like a suicide. Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hello.
I'm
Yes,
able to
ma'am.
hear me, na?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
able
yeah.
to hear
Yeah, yeah.
me?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so there is this kind of a difference that is there with regard to how men and women react differently to situations and situational factors. I had a client at one point in time. She was the wife of a and Air Force or Army officer, and very well groomed, very nicely presentable. But she had contemplated and attempted suicide. She was herself a soft skill trainer, but her husband was very critical of her all the time, telling her how to behave, how to react, how to respond to things and situations that had been constantly leading to a sense of rejection in her. You know, that probably
Hmm.
she's not up to the mark, she's not
Hmm.
good, she's not well
Hmm.
behaved, she's not thinking rightly, her decisions are not right. You know, that kind of constant pecking, you know, constant
Hmm.
criticism sometimes, you know, puts a person into a state that, you know, I'm not worthy. So,
Hmm.
attacking somebody's sense of self worth by words
Hmm.
or behavior, attacking
Hmm.
somebody's sense of well being, you know, you are
Hmm.
right, you are relevant to me or the world or the context in which we live, that really
Hmm.
significantly harms the self concept of an individual, wherein the person starts contemplating about
Hmm.
suicide. Of course, texts and everywhere we talk about hopelessness, the feeling of
Hmm.
worthlessness that's there, and then comes the
Hmm.
helplessness. Is there somebody who can help me out? Then, in this particular same case that I'm saying, that I'm talking about,
Hmm.
this woman, after a point in time, after 14 years of marriage, got
Hmm.
involved with another person, thinking that, you know, believing that this person considers me worthy, right?
Hmm.
So she thought that maybe, you know, I can continue my life with him. So she felt that she's helped now, you know, he's understanding her, and he is you know, considering her worthy and everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
But then after 3 4 years of a parallel relationship going, husband not willing to divorce her, eventually she discovered now this man is also planning to get married to another woman. It was just 3 4 years
Hmm.
of general time that he's
Hmm.
generally spent with her, giving her some support. And that was the time she felt that now that she's hopeless about future.
Hmm.
One man has rejected her, you know, although happens to be her husband, but not really finding her worthy, made her feel worthless. And then there's
Hmm.
another man who's kind of, he saw a ray of hope in him, but then
Hmm.
eventually he's kind of again ditched
Hmm.
her or
Hmm.
deceived her. And then she finally felt that there's nobody she can trust on. So
Hmm.
probably, you know, setback in interpersonal relations, that kind of a situation, she
Hmm.
attempted suicide. You know, that's
Hmm.
there. Recently, also, I had a client. She also had a failed marriage, and then she got involved with another person, only to discover that you know, very soon in the relationship, that, you know,
Hmm.
he is cheating upon her, and maybe not really is not really serious about her in terms of getting married
Hmm.
and all. She attempted suicide but was saved. So a
Hmm.
lot of examples are there of women trying to commit
Hmm.
suicide when there are setbacks in relationships, while
Hmm.
in case of men, often we see the attempt to commit to suicide often comes when there are failures
Hmm.
in business, as we've seen with some very
Hmm.
prominent business tycoons in the
Hmm.
country, you know,
Hmm.
who've attempted suicide some time back, about a year
Hmm.
back, you know.
Hmm.
And recently, a lot of deaths taking place. But in case of women, I would say, you know, men would see their failures and end of everything, end of every
Hmm.
phenomena, and they would think that it's better to
Hmm.
commit suicide. But in case of women, it is more a call or a cry for help. They're
Hmm.
looking for help. They want to live.
Hmm.
So anybody committing suicide is not actually someone who's wanting to end life. Anybody who's
Hmm.
seeking any measures, any ways, or trying to end their lives are actually not the kind of people who really do not want to live.
Hmm.
We all embrace life. We all want to live a good life.
Hmm.
We all want every day to be nice. We all
Hmm.
want to be loved. We all want to make productive contributions to the world. We all want to smile. We all want to enjoy the sunshine and the chirping
Hmm.
birds and the friends and the love
Hmm.
and the good food. We all love it. You know, everyone.
Hmm.
Somebody who's contemplating suicide is actually feeling helpless because he or she is being troubled by a number of psychosocial factors. You know, earlier it was believed that somebody who's committing suicide is solely because of his or her own individual factors, personal factors. You know, the person could not cope up. व्यक्ति में क्षमता नहीं थी कि वो परेशानियों से cope up कर पाता या जूझ पाता. बट अभी हमारे पर्सपेक्टिव्स और थ्योरी थोड़े से चेंज हो रहे हैं, जिसमें हम ये देखते हैं और हम ये भी कहते हैं कि सोशल सपोर्ट कितना था उस व्यक्ति के लिए. कोई भी व्यक्ति यदि परेशानी में, कोई महिला, कोई फीमेल अगर परेशानी में है, अगर वो फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट है, अपने आप को सस्टेन कर सकती है, उसके पास एक support system hai. You know, she may be losing one relationship, but there may be other relationships to take care of. Then also in that case, she may not contemplate suicide. But अगर कोई महिला ऐसी है जिसके पास रिलेशनशिप में रिजेक्शन है, फाइनेंशियली अपने आप को सपोर्ट नहीं कर सकती है. हेलो,
यस मैम, कंटिन्यू.
कोई ऑल्टरनेटिव मीन्स नहीं है अपने आप के लिए सपोर्ट पाने के लिए, then she is more likely to go in for suicide. So actually they are all looking for a meaningful life. They are all looking for ways wherein they can lead a useful life, जो उनको मिल नहीं रही है, जो शायद कम्युनिटी एंड सोसाइटी की सेंसिटिविटी की कमी से है. बहुत सारे लोग जब प्रॉब्लम में होते हैं या ग्रेव प्रॉब्लम्स में होते हैं, वो मदद की उम्मीद करते हैं. बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे भी होते हैं जो उम्मीद मदद के लिए, you know, they extend their hand, they
लाइव सेशन चल रहा है,
try
बाद
to
में
call for help. You know, if they are providing useful help to people, then yes, you know, sorry, if they seek some, if they are able to get some useful help and support from people in the society, be it only emotional, you know, that is something that can save their life of the person. But अगर कुछ लोगों को कोई सपोर्ट नहीं मिल पाता है, अगर कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं जिनको कोई एक्टिव हेल्प नहीं मिल पा रहा है for all the kind of trauma that they are going through or the difficulty that they are going through, then there is huge possibility that the person will eventually go for something like suicide. और जितना अधिक sense of hopelessness है, helplessness है, उतना grave or lethal method the person will try to take up to end life. इसलिए बहुत important हो जाता है, like what you are doing, the kind of job that you are doing, that we talk about these situations. We try to create help groups. We try to create community help groups for all kinds of sections in the society, for youth, for children, for women, for men. You know, अगर उनको कोई समस्याएं हैं किसी भी प्रकार की, usually most women are likely to have similar kind of problems who are contemplating suicide. ले देख करके, you know, there are few issues that will be troubling most women when they are contemplating suicide. For men, there are again, you know, few issues, few concerns. Youth के साथ भी, you know, often it is like, you know, failure in academics, poor going of career. They are not able to take up a proper career venture, and also setbacks in the relationships and all. अगर हमारे पास community self-help groups हो, where they can reach out for some help, you know, for some help, which should include professionals as well as other people who are there as volunteers to provide help. The person should be able to talk out. There should be some means and ways to help people get out of those situations, those difficult situations or perceived difficult situations, which one person thinks is difficult. You know, everyone may not be thinking like that. So that's something very important that everyone should take into consideration. I was providing some helpline, online counseling for a helpline long back for youngsters, for youth who had just finished their 10th and 12th class board exams. And the helpline service had initiated even before the result was out. So I realized a lot of children were contemplating suicide much before the result was out because they believe that they have not done well. And they kind of equate their existence with academic achievement. This is how we groom our children. We equate a person's life with some aspect of their existence or achievement in the world. Right? So we try to tell them that if you do well, if you do well academically, then you are worth living. Otherwise, maybe your life is not important. Otherwise, you'll be completely rejected. So उनको ये लगता है कि अगर मैं एक एग्जाम में फेल हो गया, एक एकेडमिक एग्जाम में फेल हो गया, this means that I'm a complete failure, so I should end my life. And I realized even that one moment of counseling for half an hour to a child, or a student could save his life. Afterwards, later on, the very same day in the evening or next day, the same person would call me back and tell me, "Man, I'm so thankful to you कि I was contemplating of suicide, पर मैंने ऐसे ही सोचा कि मैं एक बार बात करके देखूं. I just happened to come across this number and I called up, and after talking to you, my idea of this failure has changed completely. My perception has changed." And so I did not go ahead with that. And I realized when I disclosed the result to my family and everything, the next day the result aaya, they discovered that they had not done as bad as
As they
they were
expected.
imagining. There was a case of a young girl who committed suicide uh, before her 10th board result was out. Just a few years back in India itself, there was a girl who committed suicide before her 10th board result was out because she was thinking that she's not going to clear one or two papers. Although she scored pretty well in most of the papers and she scored quite well, and she was only contemplating out of huge anxiety and fear, she could not, handle it all. And probably the right guidance was not available, probably right support was not available, that community guidance, community self-help groups can be there, where a person should be able to reach out, or online helpline services are not so much available that people can reach out and seek help. So in the absence of all that, there is huge likelihood that the person would commit suicide. At the end and the core of it is that we need help. We look for support. We need, maybe a stranger, even if a stranger, if I'm really broken, even if a stranger comes to me and pats on my back and says that everything will be fine, that makes a difference. That makes a difference. And it actually changes the perspective of the individual towards his or her life. If that single pat is missing when someone commits suicide. So I would like to say that, as maybe I just assume that many of us who are talking today and gathered today to discuss this issue, maybe from the field of mental health. So I think it is very important that we sensitize and try to contribute in some way or the other, in voluntary ways also, to save the lives of the individuals who may be suffering and going through difficult situations. One more thing, that earlier it was assumed that all those who are going through contemplate suicide are actually the set of people who have been going through depression, major depression. And major depression was assumed to be the main cause for suicide. But eventually we've discovered it through many researches and reports that it's not always the case. Every person who's committing suicide need not be in major depression. At least half of the persons who are committing suicide are actually not into major depression. And so half of those who've been suffering from major depression are actually in need of treatment for depression, and the life can be saved. And for certain others who are contemplating suicide in the absence of any major depression, are actually looking for nothing but social support. Providing greater social support and community help can save their lives. So I think we all can hear this cry for help by people who are even attempting and contemplating suicide, and we can help save many lives. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful feedback, and definitely it's preventable. We need to talk. जितना हम बात करेंगे उतना ज़्यादा हम इस मिथ से बाहर आ सकते हैं कि हाँ, that is definitely a नीड सबको है, वो सोशल सपोर्ट हम सबको एक दूसरे को प्रोवाइड करना है, नॉट लिमिटेड टू द फैमिली. वी नीड टू प्रोवाइड द सपोर्ट टू आवर कम्युनिटी, टू ईच एंड एवरीवन. आप जानते हैं नहीं जानते ये इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं रखता है. So and that's what we are trying to create that awareness in the society, and we are hoping at least even with this series we can save some lives, and that will be like greatest what we can say greatest gift for us as a mental health professional, because it's our duty, ethical responsibility, and we are thankful to you to contribute in this event. Thank you so much once again, ma'am. So house is open for the discussion.
Thank you so much, Vaidehi. It's been my pleasure. And so, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been my pleasure that I could be a part of this series and I could share my views on this. And I hope that this can kind of, if some of the budding psychologists are there in the group, could really get a little more sensitive towards this entire issue and make their responsible contributions to saving the lives of the people who may be going through some kind of trauma or stress that may lead to suicide.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you. So house is open for the discussion. Radhika, please unmute everyone. People can ask questions directly to ma'am. Please unmute everyone. Radhika, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Everyone can unmute.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hello. Hello, Hiten.
Hi.
So Hiten will be our next speaker. Thank you, Hiten, for joining us.
Hello,
Hi, good
everyone.
evening. How are you? Yeah.
Yes, I am
Okay.
good.
Hello.
Mm.
Hi.
So Hiten will be our next speaker to talk about his
Okay.
struggle, his things, and especially suicide among LGBT community. So we invited him, and we will start his
Yes.
session at 5. So anyone else would like to take up any question to Pratibha ma'am, please? Or we can have questions from the chat box.
I
Or
okay.
Priyadarshini Gaikwad.
Okay.
Everyone
Varshini
else
Nair has returned.
also reflect the reason why they are killing themselves.
She's written that hello. She's written that if one feels guilty for something, they would want a painful death, regardless of the gender they belong to. Of course, I guess Varshini is trying to bring to the more gender neutral view that it's not always that it is gender specific. Yes, very true. At the end of everything, we are all human beings. You know, we all emote in much the same way, and there are experiences that may be taken in similar ways by both the genders. So, if something is evoking extreme guilt, then also a person may take up to suicide. Not that all the time gender would play a role in determining whether a person would commit a successful suicide or not. Certainly that is there. But broadly speaking, yes, we do say that, you know, women have a scope for a better social support, and women probably take up ending up taking less lethal methods for committing suicide. That's why they are more likely to be saved than men when they take up to committing suicide, right? And Priyadarshini ji has said that everyone at some point is susceptible to think about suicide. Usually it is mostly at the lows of life. Sometimes you cannot open up to anybody, and so how to self-motivate and cope up with depression and the thought of suicide. Priyadarshini ji, I would say that living through life and the challenges of life, taking up the challenges of life and becoming more resilient is an ongoing process. It's not just that while one is in a state of lowness, there can be one small thing that one would do to make it better. Looking upon the setbacks in life from the perspective, if we always have a tendency to equate one's own overall existence with one small aspect of life, then we are likely to feel suicidal when that particular aspect is disturbed. But at any given point in time, we have multiple aspects to our existence. My health is important, how well I am doing in terms of my health. My children are important, how well they are doing in terms of their health. My spouse is important and his health is important. My career is important, you know, my professional career or my financial aspect, and my other family members, you know, my social repute. There can be many, many things. If there is some turmoil in one or two aspects of the domains of life, if we start perceiving that as a complete failure, then we are likely to be triggered towards suicide. So that is one aspect that we need to work on a continuous basis. But yes, certainly whenever one is in the lows of life and contemplates about suicide, try seeking social support. Do not stay alone. Go out, talk to somebody. Try reaching out to somebody. If there's nobody, reach out to a professional, a counselor, or a psychologist. Talk out your problems, discuss each and every aspect and bit, and you will realize that there is a solution possible for everything and anything that's there. And so many times we think certain trivial things are not so important aspects to be more important, and so very important at some point in time, and later on we realize that life is even more meaningful, or sometimes equally meaningful, even if those very specific aspects are missing or gone from life. So it's not that one aspect makes you as an individual or a useful or a worthwhile individual in the world. It's only we start perceiving it like that. So ending life, is not a choice. You can always have a better alternative approach and a more problem solution taking approach rather than becoming somebody who choose to walk out. So try to seek help, talk to a professional. I'm sure one's perspective towards the situation would change, and as the perspective would change, one will get out. And also, I would also like to add to this: whenever there is a low phase in life, try to work upon yourself, your looks, your physique, your health. Exercise more, read more, meditate more, socialize with more neutral people around. Try to make yourself better. Maybe write something, an article, or learn, focus on your hobby, improve upon some talents that you have, and certainly within no time you'll start feeling more worthwhile about yourself. You will start experiencing a sense of self-worth which you may be losing, and then eventually feeling that the life carries no meaning. So with even those small, very small things, you can add meaning to your life, and you start feeling that yes, I need to live.
That self-love, self-worth is more important in every phase of
No
life.
more questions?
There are
No
any
more
other
questions in the
question?
chat box?
Any other question? I think there are no questions, ma'am. Everything is very much clear. Anyone else,
Right.
please?
Okay.
Please unmute yourself. If you have any question, any queries, you can ask directly. Or if you have any viewpoint on the same topic. I think everyone is satisfied with the session. Thank you so much once again, ma'am. And
Okay.
we are highly thankful to you to provide
Thank you,
us
Shweta ji, and
time,
thanks
your
everyone
feedback.
for participating. Thank you so much. I think we can now move on to Hiten and we can listen to his story.
Yeah. So Hiten, can we have your video, please? Hi, welcome back. A very good evening.
Hello.
You are looking amazing.
Thank you. I'm starting with a little performance.
Yeah, of course, please. Then I'll start with the introduction because I know your introduction is more into your physical appearance. So please go ahead.
I'm not a stranger to the park. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want you broken. I've learned to be ashamed of all the scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that place will hurt. All be our glorious. When the darkest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me.
Very well, very well, Hiten. Always beautiful. Thank you so much. And yes, you are brave. You are more beautiful human being I ever know. And we are welcoming you once again on the stage of Mansa. So the most beautiful people we have known are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known struggle, known loss, and have found their way out of the depths. सब कुछ देखा जिन्होंने लाइफ में और उसके बाद भी जिन्होंने वो रास्ता बनाया वो ही इस आई थिंक इस वर्ल्ड में इस यूनिवर्स में सबसे ब्यूटीफुल होते हैं. So we are having one of the most beautiful human being with us, Hiten Nunwal, who is going to share his experience with the homophobia, the experience when he felt कि हाँ वो suicidal ideation था, कैसे उन्होंने डिफीट किया, किस तरीके से वो बाहर निकल के आए, एंड आज जब everyone is celebrating their life
in a way कि हाँ celebrity है, सब कुछ है आज की डेट में, everyone is calling, please be with us as a guest speaker, please come and share your experience. But what about behind this, behind the scene? इसके पहले सब कुछ क्या था? We would like to know this. Then I will go for the introduction. Please, Hitesh.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say thank you, and I would also like to tell, I mean, the way you introduced me, it really made me very emotional, actually. Yes, I'm a very emotional person. I'm very sentimental. I am someone who cries. And I'm totally agree with the Dr. Pratibha's views, like she also said, you can, indulge yourself into art, or you can also do something that you like. You can work on a new skill or a new talent. So, I mean, when I was a child, there was no one to tell this. And I know, people would think, oh, ज़्यादा सोच रहे हो, कोई बीमारी नहीं है, But I'm really glad that, we have doctors today. We have doctors to tell, yes, I mean, mental disease is a disease. ये कोई सोचने की चीज नहीं है कि किसी ने ज़्यादा सोच लिया. So I would like to tell about my school time. So, it was a lot of torture, mental trauma, humiliation, and rejection, and a lot of disrespectful behavior from various people. And I felt ashamed, of my own identity. I felt ashamed of who I was, who I am. I was very despair, and I was very much in fear. I mean, and I could not tell this to my parents and to anyone because I thought maybe I'm a burden because the way people were telling me, that you are this and you are that. So I felt maybe I should kill myself. I tried a lot of times actually. And this painting that I was just showing, I painted this during my school time only. There was no one, and I mean, this is very old painting. So I'm very sad in this painting. There is no one to look around, I mean, and this. So I was just putting out my emotion. This is the first time I'm showing some artwork of my school time, because because even now I feel suicidal. Yes, I do, but it is so not just now. I am feeling this way, ever since I have faced the society, the community that I live in, my school and other places, family, relatives. I would also like to share a poetry on it that I have written. And
Please
that
go ahead.
poetry
Please go
I
ahead.
have written, I have actually a lot of poetries about this topic, that how I feel suicidal and how I cope up with it. But today I'm sharing something that I have recently written, and I have written this during this lockdown period because I am at home, I am stuck, and even my family member, they don't accept me the way I am. They think I'm just doing something. Like the way you introduced me that, I am doing this and this, everyone is asking. At my home, they don't know, they don't understand all these things. They think कुछ भी कर रहा है, ऐसे ही पागल है, makeup करता है, कुछ करता है, ऐसे होता है घर पे. But I know whatever I'm doing for myself, and there is nothing wrong. Because,
There is nothing wrong, definitely.
Yeah, there is nothing wrong. If I am doing it, it means it's very natural. I mean, if you are doing something, and I mean, we should not feel anything strange about whatever we do, because if we are doing it, it is real and it is there, So this is the way I think. Other than that, I have a lot of friends. They help me because, like, initially I wasn't aware of the counseling, so I was talking to my friends. And other than that, I was talking to myself through my artworks. So I'm just reciting the poem.
Yes, please.
The title of the poem is Suicidal Thoughts. It isn't just today when I feel like dying. Experiencing this devastating parts, I have learned flying. Homo, hijra, 50-50, words sharper than a knife. Is the nightmare or is really my life?
It's okay, Hiten. We are with you. Please go ahead, please. You accept yourself as a free bird. वो कभी सोचते नहीं है इतना. Come on.
Yes, yes.
Yes, please.
Waking up, looking into the mirror.
Yes, yes. Hiten, we are there only with you.
Yes, yes. It's
All
okay.
virtual hugs.
I think reading this, I am also visiting my past. So I know I'm very strong, but this
You are
poetry,
very strong. If you can show your signs, you can cry. That is a sign of strongness. Please.
waking up, looking into the mirror, seeing myself looking with a smile. It's highly difficult to continue living like this every time. Thinking if I am cursed or unlucky, I still visualize a heavenly sight. Home, office, everywhere. I am someone who left undefined. Trying my best to live while I put on a smile. I am so depressed at times. I still know that universe is all mine. I wish my parents could own a child who wasn't gay. I am killing them every day. Is it my fault if I don't match the hay? Please don't taunt me. Please don't say I was weak if I die. Do respect my parents, even if I say unexpected goodbye. But you know what? I will never give up. I will fly and I will shine. I will never ever leave this world because this world is mine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Totally yours. Totally yours. Guys, please. Hiten, you can check your chat box. Everyone is with you. And I'm always grateful to you to come and speak out on this sensitive topic.
This is the first
And
time that,
this is your strength.
This is the first time that, I have busted into tears in a talk show, maybe because we are talking about suicide. And everyone feel this way. I'm not saying that, you have to be someone different to feel suicidal. Anyone can feel suicidal, but we have to know, that we deserve to live. If God has given us this life, so we can live it anyway, whenever we want. Just we shouldn't care what people say, because we know we are doing everything right. And yes, we should feel proud of ourselves.
Yeah, we should proud ourselves. We should accept ourselves. जैसे भी हम हैं वैसे accept करना बहुत important, and I'm really proud of you because you always come as you are, and that is your biggest strength.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Okay. So you okay? Should I
Yes,
go
I
with
am
the
okay.
introduction?
Yes, we can go. Yeah. Actually, reading that, I was visiting my past because, all the first two stanzas are inspired from my school life. So I had a very bad experience, very humiliating experience, homophobic experience during my school. That was the worst time. So first two stanzas of my poetry made me cry. But I am good now. Yes, I'm good.
So would you like to define your today's costume as you always do? The theme behind this costume?
So initially I thought that, I will come up as a dark character, maybe, like a skull makeup or something. But I thought, no, because I am someone who could win this. Because I have not been there I have not reached to the dead. So I am there, I have won it, and this represents the crown. I am still there, and there are tears, but these tears are the tears of joy. So I'm very happy, and that's why I'm wearing this positive-looking costume. Otherwise, I was planning something else. But yes, I am lively, and I'm living, and I'm proud. And here I am.
Yes, here you are as you are. So Hiten Nunwal is with us. Hiten Nunwal is a free bird who learned to fly when the world was busy trying to break its wings. They are postgraduate from NIP Ahmedabad, celebrated as gender fluid performer artist, fashion designer, and fashion educator. They use their own body as a medium to express themselves through performance art and self-portrait photography and poems also. So what I'm observing in last two sessions, so that is missing in your bio, we need to add. Dealing with
Okay.
homophobia since young age among several assaulted, they believe their biggest achievement is accepting themselves as they are, and that is much more important. Still, we are struggling that family should accept, but we are hoping definitely it will happen, Hiten, and definitely in our maybe next session or maybe next to next session, we will have your family with us with the acceptance, and we all are with you always for counseling, for support, for any other support, for encouragement, for many dreams, whatever you want from the Mansa team, we are always with you.
Yes.
And thank you so much once again for joining us. So Hiten was our guest speaker during our LGBT Awareness Month, and again we are with him to share his experience or struggles, whatever you can call. So house is open for the discussion. Anyone can ask any question, but I would like to request one thing. Please respect about gender. If you are not aware about the third gender or LGBT community, so you can ask any question directly to Hitesh.
Yeah, you can
House
ask me,
is
guys.
open.
Ask me
Yeah.
anything. I would also like to say that,
Because there are so many people who are still confused what is LGBT, what are like people are limited to third gender only.
yeah,
So that's why LGBT is again something which is controversial or sensitive topic to many people. They are confused to what we need to call he, she, their, what is the difference between he, she, and their. So you can define this and people can ask direct question
yes.
with maintaining respect. Anyone? So Hiten, online classes are going on with your students?
Yes, yes. I am in touch with a few colleges and I'm giving classes to them.
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to say, acceptance is always the second thing. The first thing, like which I have learned, the first thing is understanding. Even if you understand, you can respect. And acceptance can come later, but understanding is very important. If you understand yourself, you can accept yourself, and you have acceptance and understanding, then you can freely express yourself with the understanding and acceptance.
Definitely. True that. Radhika, you can
Hello,
unmute.
Shweta. Hello,
Yes,
Shweta.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I would like to compliment Hiten. What a commendable performance, what a wonderful poetry, and what an awesome, strong person you are, Hiten. I must say, very few people have the kind of courage you have, the strength you have, the kind of, the way you have evolved yourself as a human being, as a person by this age. It's really commendable. I really appreciate, salute unto you, and I hope you all develop the courage and the strength to cope up with the challenges of life the way you have done it. So it's amazing. You're very talented and you're perfect individual. The world becomes better with people like you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay blessed.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
Anyone else? Guys, I know there are so many questions. Many of us are not aware about LGBT.
Meanwhile,
And still we hesitate.
I'll share a few pictures.
And
So,
congratulations to Hiten, because I think you launched your brand, Free Bird.
Yes.
Yeah, many congratulations for that.
Thank you. So these are a few words. Is somebody asking something?
Yeah,
So
So there's
there,
a question in the chat box
okay,
by
okay.
Priyadarshini. Hey Hithin, how did you come up with your brand, The Free Bird?
yeah. Everyone would like to know about your brand.
Okay.
Hmm.
So when I went to NID, my post-graduation college, so there everyone accepted me the way I am. And because of these people, I could see my identity as a free bird. So I randomly written as I think in 2017 I wrote with my name that Hiten Lumba.
Hitin, unmute yourself. Hitin, please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Thought maybe hello, can you
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
me?
It's okay. Yeah.
Ah, so when I thought that I should come up with a brand because I am working in funny field, serious field. I do makeups. I go for cosplay. शो के बीच में हूँ अभी. Hello, I'm sorry, I was getting a call.
Hmm.
Hello, can you hear
Not an
me?
issue. Yeah, yeah. Please carry on.
Okay, okay. So from the name that I have on my Instagram, on social media, everywhere, I thought if I come with a brand, I should have my own name, and because people know me already, and it would be good, if I launch with my own name. And and even this brand is very free. I mean, I will work for costumes, for headgears, I'll go for performances, I also go for fashion choreography. So whatever I do, I will work all these things under my brand now. And other than that,
That's great.
I'm just sharing. Next year, I'm coming with a mini collection for like normal wear, ready to wear thing. And after 2 years, I have given myself 2 years. I'm coming with avant-garde collection, which represent whatever I felt till now in my life. And this is going to be very art and fashion. It isn't going to be a very commercial garment. This is going to be very artistic looking fashion garments, like storytelling costumes. So I have given myself 2 years and I'm coming with this collection. And I will try to go for big fashion shows of India, like Lakme Fashion Week or Lotus Fashion Week. So this is my plan.
Yeah, and we are always with you. Our best wishes always. And storytelling, expression of art, catharsis is most important part of psychotherapy. And you are your psychotherapist. You
Oh my
don't need
God,
any
I didn't know
psychotherapist.
that.
You don't need any counselor. Whatever you are doing, especially in your art, especially when you are designing clothes, you are expressing your performance, your everything. That is a part of catharsis, especially related to past experience, which will heal you in in depth in every way, so you don't need any specific psychotherapist. You are doing it in your way.
Oh my
That's
God,
great.
I didn't know that. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Frida.
yeah. So anyone else, there are so many appreciation coming in chat box, you can check.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the appreciation and support.
Radhika, any other question or any other comment?
I would like to show this
Yeah,
as
please,
well.
please.
I have a few things I thought I will show. So this is very angel looking, like a positive looking headgear, and I have also worked for my depression. So this is the rib cage. But like everything, even if I talk about depression or negativity, I always end it with the positive thought. I always end with a positive thought, a conclusion that whatever I'm thinking, it's okay if I'm thinking like whatever I'm thinking, but I will deal with it. I will come out of it and I will fly. So these are a few things that I have designed for my performances and to create my storytelling looks.
So, Hiten, I would like to discuss again that event which you shared in our last session, that event when you went for the dance show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reality show.
And
Yes.
yeah, that reality show. And they misinterpreted just for publicity. So would you
Yes.
like to share it again?
Yes. That was 2011, and that
Mhm.
was. Initially I was not telling the name of the season, but today I'm telling it. The name of the reality show is India's Got Talent, and there were three judges. Kiran Kher was there, and Dharmendra and Sonali Bendre. So I went there. Basically, I crossed the first three rounds. Then I went there. I performed in front of them. So like they said, what are you doing? You are wearing this and that. And Kiran Kher said, okay, I will see you in my dream and I will scream. ये बोला मुझे कि ना तुम्हें सपने में देखूंगी और मैं चिल्ला के उठ जाऊंगी डर के मारे. She humiliated me this way. और ये टीवी पे भी आया था इस तरीके से ही. बस सोनाली बेंद्रे, she was good. फिर when I was dancing, किरण खेर ने बजर बजा दिया. Even धर्मेंद्र ने भी बजाया. सोनाली बेंद्रे ने नहीं बजाया था. किरण खेर ने सोनाली बेंद्रे का भी बजर बजा दिया कि we don't want to see this. And they said, what are you doing, this and that. That was okay till there. Even that wasn't okay, but it was less. What happened next was way too humiliating, actually. When they presented this on the TV, so what they did, they changed my song. I performed on Shakira's music, English plus instrumental music. They changed it to Lela Me Lela Aisi Hu Lela. I think they edited my video like that, and I was like, मैंने तो किया ही नहीं था ये. And everyone around me was making fun. कि तुमने ये क्या किया? And I mean, I never.
You can unmute yourself. I think there is some network issue.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, Atin, go ahead.
I'm sorry, my friend was calling and I just told him that I am in a talk show.
You are lucky. You are lucky. You are getting so many calls from friends.
Okay. So they changed my song and everyone was like, ये क्या किया? People were showing me the video. कि तूने ये क्या किया है? So it humiliated me really bad and I was in depression. And that depression, I mean, because of that depression, so many other layers of depression again, could grow up, and I was depressed in so many other ways because of that thing. So what happened? How could I cope up with it? That my college seniors, they were doing a fashion competition with other colleges. And I thought, I am very new to this college. Let's give a audition for this. And I gave audition, and they selected me. And there I worked as a women's showstopper. And every time they took me as a showstopper, like I was ending the show every time I was there in the show. So it really boosted my confidence. And that depression could fade away, and then I was again there more stronger. And I thought, whatever I have faced during this show, India's Got Talent, I thought I will come up and I will tell people one day that this happened with me and this is what they do. I was very sure about it, that I will do something good in my life, something better than I have ever done. I mean, even now I'm trying to do better every time. So I knew that that this will come up, and today I'm saying it in a talk show. A time will come when I will say in a TV, maybe
Definitely. That's why I specifically asked about this event, because we discussed, we all are aware about it. But बात वही है ना कि कोई बात करना नहीं चाहता है. Even तुम्हें भी afraid होने की जरूरत नहीं है. वो वहाँ उनकी mistake थी, तुम्हारी mistake नहीं थी. And we really appreciate, right? This is called like strength. हर किसी में ये नहीं होती है. So please keep it up, और next time पे जब भी ये share करोगे ना, please go ahead with the clear name कि हाँ कौन सा season था, कौन वो लोग थे जिन्होंने ये किया था वहां पे आपको. एंड एज वी आर डिस्कसिंग इन आवर लास्ट सेशन, वी हैव, दिस इज लाइक आवर 8th सेशन टुडे. in last 7 session we are discussing about this thing, that social humiliation, public humiliation is one is the most important factor in cases of suicide. So definitely it is leading to a cause, but उसको face कैसे किया जाए और उसको आगे बढ़ के कैसे निकला जाए उसमें से, उसके लिए जो live example है, and that's why we designed the series in this way कि we should have one guest speaker from the field, and we should have one like our hero from the field, from the life, जिसने ये face किया और उसके बाद आगे निकला है. तो you are hero for us, Nitin, and you will be always. So
Yes.
please stay blessed and don't change yourself for
Yes.
किसी के लिए भी नहीं होना, किसी भी strength, किसी भी situation में कभी भी नहीं, कैसे भी नहीं होना है, right? And we are always
Yes.
with you. All the best wishes for your new brand, for all your new creation, for all your new things. Thank you so much once again for joining us. Anyone else
Thank
would
you
like
so
to ask
much.
any question, any queries? Radhika, you would like to express something? Or anyone from Team
One
Mansha?
question from Priyadarshini only. Hiten,
Priyadarshini, you can ask directly.
you're so multi-talented and working on so many things. How do you manage with all of that, dealing with your own problems?
So what I do, whatever the problem I am dealing with, I express this through everything I do. Like I express this in my performance, in my photo shoots, in my costumes, even in my poetry. So I use whatever I'm going through in my art, and everything is helping me to feel relaxed and feel calm and feel peaceful. So जो भी कुछ भी हो रहा है ना, सब चीजों को अपनी आर्ट में एक्सप्रेस कर देता हूँ, and I feel really good कि I can express like this. तो ऐसे ही होता है, और बहुत उसमें ना ऐसे नहीं लगता मुझे कि मुझे बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ रही है एक चीज बनाने में या रेडी करने में. मुझे ऐसे लगता है I have to do it, I have to express myself, and if I am expressing, I have to express it 100%. I have to give my best at this point of time. बाकी आगे का देखा जाएगा. And I also feel कि ना शायद 100% नहीं हो पाता 100%. But मुझे ये लगता है कि maybe whatever I'm doing right now, this is my 100%, and I will grow with time. I will grow with time. We all grow. तो मैं उन सब चीजों को ऐसे ही एक्सप्रेस करता हूँ आर्ट के जरिए. तो ना एक बैलेंस बना रहता है दोनों चीजों में.
Yes, that's the best way to express yourself, express your grief, express your inner thoughts and inner expression.
This session has been very enriching for me. Like the words you are speaking, and the doctor. I mean, you should have more sessions like this. Oh my God.
Definitely, we are.
I just want to ask you one question. Shweta, I just want to ask him one question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Okay, thank you so much. Hitin, just tell me, like, how much you are satisfied, confident within yourself. Like sometimes, sometimes the people are not appreciating you that extent as you are wishing. But like when they don't appreciate you, how much that way, you said, once I got depressed and all this, but how much you control yourself, like how much you become happy when even they don't appreciate you?
When people don't appreciate me, yet it affects that, oh, I'm doing this and that, and there's no appreciation. So what I do, I push myself a little harder. I mean, I create something better every time. And yes, being an artist, I need the appreciation as well. Yes, I'm also expressing myself. But if people are not expressing myself, what I do, I try to disconnect from these people. I disconnect myself from these people. If let's say if I have posted something on social media, people are not liking it.
Excuse me, but that is not the real thing. Like you are disconnecting yourself with the people who are not appreciating you. So like that's not the real thing. What are the things that you should do that time?
I think I do that, and what I do, I also think, this is my life, and we all have only one life, and all these people who are not appreciating me, they will die one day. let's not care about them. I also think
Yeah,
this.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I mean that you should not bother. Once you are having confidence within yourself, you should not bother about the rest of the people.
Yeah, मुझे ऐसे ही लगता है
Yeah,
सब तो एक दिन
that way
मरेंगे
you'll
ना,
be
फिर
more.
यहाँ-
That way you will be more happy, and you'll
Yeah.
succeed like anything. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, anyone else?
That was a very good question.
So, mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think everyone appreciating you, and we always do. So thank you so much once again, Hiten, for sparing time for us and sharing your
you.
experience with us. And we are looking forward to have more and more sessions with you for many more themes which are coming into like World Mental Health Day. There are so many days which are coming. So we are not going to limit it to LGBT only. We have so many themes, and definitely you are going to be with us. Thank you once again. Thank you, everyone. So we are closing session today.